Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chains. So let's dive in to the market because we are flying today, which is crazy. We got Bitcoin all the way at 66K now, up about 13 to 14% in the last 7 days. That's pretty big. ETH and Bitcoin have had a nice recovery. Solana's up 20% in the last week. It's really good to see. And I know, it's a lot of people might be skeptical that this is still, just a lower low into a lower high, then potentially to go even lower. But I'm still firm that I feel like this was definitely some sort of bottom. I do believe that we will come down short term again from this area. Because again, I think when we went underneath that support, bounced right back up. It's probably going to bounce, pull back one more time, maybe right back onto support at some point. And I'm talking about very short term, which I might still have it drawn on my trading view here. Let me see. Oh no, I took it off. But no, like I said, because initially in my other video, I wanted to see strength through this major or minor, I guess, internal, and it broke right through it. Shot up a bit, pulled back onto that area. Bitcoin's starting to fly again, but like I said, I expected honestly another small pullback, maybe to about 61, 62, lowest 60 before we really start running again. But, we're taking it day by day here, but because like I said, alts are starting to move a little bit, which is really good, across every narrative. I feel like we're starting to see some gaming and AI coins pick up a lot, which is pretty good. A little bit of RWAs are starting to move again too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like this definitely was at least some sort of bottom. I mean, we have a double bottom on the RSI here. This is on the daily. I expect the RSI to pull back a little bit as well, before we actually start into another major run. So I don't think the daily is going to go from the bottom all the way to like overbought territory, in a span of 2 weeks. It could though, but like I said, I think it's gonna have to just chop, come back down. Maybe it does, I don't know, bounces like this, and then boom. That's, in my opinion, the most likely scenario. But again, you never know. We could really just see this go all the way to like 70K, have a harsh pullback, and then just rip. It could do anything, right? But again, we're just taking it day by day here. I don't need TradingView right now. But like I said, I'm just going to pull up a bunch of coins, guys, that still they look absolutely primed to start moving. And this is what I mean. Guys, we had Retardio up here. If we look at the largest gainers, culture coins are still taking over. Lock-in I've mentioned multiple times now. Retardio, literally just top gainers. Retardio's been a top gainer now for like on and off, the last week and a half. Michi right there as well. That is going to be the one I wanted to pull up. You go to Dex Screener. Because there are some animal coins, some culture coins, again, that have been killing it for memes. Mog is up a little bit too. The just memes in general, obviously they're always going up like crazy, especially when Bitcoin, Ether pumping. You can kind of just expect that to happen, right? And we got Chart AI on the old contract. I don't know why that's still auto loads. I need to figure out how to cancel that. What was I just saying? Yeah, Michi. Yeah, Michi, in my opinion, still looks primed to start really running from literally right around where it is. Because yeah, my thoughts about Michi, I like to bring up coins, guys, that are very popular or have a ton of mind share on crypto Twitter. Because I know there are a lot of people that may not be constantly on, Twitter or crypto Twitter. If you're not like tied into that kind of bubble, and I understand, like, if you don't really know how to navigate Twitter or the crypto space on Twitter, it's hard. It's hard to know, I guess, like, what kind of coins you should be looking at all the time. But a good sign, in my opinion, are coins that have a ton of mind share, around all the degens and, just, major investors on crypto Twitter. And Michi, I think, is definitely one of them. And it's still kind of sitting flat, right? Like, I do think Michi has a ton of room, minimum, and again, this is not going to be within a week or 2 weeks. But I think at some point, Michi to be at $1 is going to be very easy for it to hit. I think that would put it at what? What is, I cannot do math. What is 13 times 4? 50, 52, right? Oh, do I want to check that? Oh my god. Bottom line, that would put it probably around 500 million, which very, 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 very easily could do. Okay, yeah. I do know how to do math. All right. But yeah, Michi just, it's definitely a great longer term meme coin bet. Again, I know I usually cover low market cap stuff. To me, Michi's higher in market cap, but this is one I still would jump into. Because again, I feel like just going into the next few months here, I think coins that are still even at 100, 200 million in market cap are still going to make very, very good returns. 10 to 20x are, I feel like they're bound to happen with a lot of them. And don't get me wrong, not every coin is going to fly out of nowhere, and pull 50x from, 140 million in market cap, but there will be some that do very well. But I think Michi just has a long way to go, like price wise. It might really start another leg up. If we can go back to all-time highs, maybe a cup and handle, into another leg up. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it's gonna do short term. Again, do your research, check this stuff out. Go to their Twitter. You can actually use this right here. Search on Twitter. It's a very simple button. But this is very key and important, especially for you to do your own research and checking it, or checking any meme coin. It'll just load Twitter up. You can search the ticker on Twitter, see who's talking about it, why people like it. Basically, how much mind share does like the meme have? There's a lot to it. And just because sometimes a meme coin has, a ton of people talking about it, sometimes it doesn't generally mean it's like the most bullish thing in the world. But especially if it's a new launch. New launches I am very skeptical of, because they always, like this. I look at Michi. Michi was a diamond in the rough. This is all from like mainly when it launched. Like outside of when it launched, it came down, went very low, close to zero, then recovered and had a huge rip. I feel like right now, this point in time, this accumulation area is the area where the strong Michi community actually has been forming. And I think people, because of the strength that they saw in Michi the first, month it was out, I think that's why the mind share is so strong on it. Kind of similar to WIF. WIF just did not stop going up for a long time. But in my opinion, 99% of coins they'll have that hype. Most of them won't last more than a few days, but they have that hype all over Twitter. Eventually they have this pullback, and then once they're sitting on some sort of correction level / accumulation area, which again, I'd say anywhere in this range would be some sort of accumulation, depending if this comes down one more time, which, again, anything can happen. I'm not trying to make this a buy signal for anyone here, but I do like Michi. I'm not holding it, because I do have a lot of bags, and I don't want to have 30 different coins just in my soul wallet, But Michi's definitely a solid pick, so keep that in mind. But another one I think has potential to go right against it. It's kind of Billy the dog. This, I mean, very similar in market cap to Michi too. This one has been out a lot shorter of a time frame, but this chart's just very bullish. Kind of reminds me of a Michi chart, but like a little bit more, gonna be a little more extended, right? But I think Billy's very bullish. You literally could probably just jump into Billy and Michi, and they'd probably net you pretty well long term. Again, because the mind share on these two memes is huge. They're all over crypto Twitter. And once the mind share has been there, even if a coin is dropping a little bit or down, again, once that mind share is there, that's a very important thing. Because once people start to see that coin start moving again, everyone already knows what it is. Everyone knows, who was talking about it before, if other factors like that. And usually it makes them a lot more bullish than they would be if they were hyped up at the launch and then they dumped to zero, right? But Billy itself, like I said, it's literally just been continuing to run very bullish. But again, all these coins are super high risk. Please do your research. Do not just ape because I'm putting this up on a chart. And again, keep in mind that these are a little bit larger in market cap. So if you guys are, trying to jump in to see a quick 2, 3x, it's probably not going to happen because this is going to need a lot of money to see another, 1x, 2x, 3x, 4, or 5. But again, once we're in a retail euphoric, market, that's going to be very simple. But it's just going to be jumping into coins that are accumulating before we have this next huge leg up. Because once that next leg up happens, you could buy almost anything and it's going to probably do a 3 or 4x. And it could be literally at a 800 million in market cap coin. Like, lots of stuff are going to pump like crazy. But again, things with the most mind share, I feel like will have a ton more potential than, a lot of like super obscure micro caps, especially for meme coins. Because the only thing I look at for meme coins is, community. I really don't care about any other metrics. Obviously, market cap I care about. If it's a lower cap / micro cap, the community is just something else, just crazy in a good way, then that's to me undervalued. But again, something like Billy, everyone knows what Billy is. Everyone knows Michi. I think they're just two decent bets. Like, both literally under 200 million. I mean, I think people could probably target maybe $1 billion as like a long-term target. I don't know how much higher than that they can run. I don't know. Because to me, it's even so, this whole bull run coming up, if we're, I've been changing my thesis on the whole bull run right now, but I feel like everyone thinks that their coins are going to hit like literal multi-billion-dollar valuations, and I just don't know, because there probably is going to be a chance where a lot of coins with a lot of mind share and attention do hit those valuations, but I feel like there are going to be many coins that do not hit it. Maybe they come somewhat close and they just never reach that point. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't want people to, have insane targets for all of their bags. Like say you're targeting a 50x from your coin that's, sitting at $1 billion in market cap right now, right? Like, more than likely that is absolutely not going to happen. You should not be making unrealistic targets. Like for me, I'd say something very realistic, which could be very, very conservative, which I would want to see this target blown out of the water, but would be about a 3 to 5x from here. I'd say a 3x. That would put it at what? 320 million would be 2x. 540 maybe. So same thing. To see 500 million, to see 500 million from both Billy and Michi, I think is very, very much so in the books at some point. And again, I don't think it's going to be within a few days or a week. It might take a month, month and a half. But they're just very strong coins right now. So that's kind of why I'm bringing these up. And I know I was talking about culture coins earlier, but like I said, I've been sticking to a lot more, I guess, somewhat prominent coins in the market. But as of right now, it seems like the market's starting to heat up a lot more. So we might start seeing a lot more degen coins across all narratives really start to play out again. Market conditions might start to be really good again. So that's kind of what I've been waiting for months. We got lock-in as well. Yeah, lick-in. That's what I meant to type. But lock-in as well. Literally up 30% today. This coin just doesn't stop. I'm not gonna lie, this coin has been my biggest fade thus far. Missing 1.8 mil entry, missing this. I think it's not even 5 million, 5 million maybe down here. It's like, dude, I wonder if I play this game too hard, I swear. Because I cannot fathom buying the top. I can't do it. Buying over here, yeah, you'd still be up. But I feel like I gotta wait for heavy correction, which, again, I'd say for a great long-term entry for lock-in, a good entry would be around 20 million. If it can come back down to 20, even wick down to like 15, 16, 17, 18 mil, to me that would be a great entry to jump in and full pour it in. But again, I don't know if that would happen. This is probably just going to continue to rally, bounce. Maybe it dips a little bit. Probably watch it dip to like 22 million, 23, and then go up. But I don't know. Lock-in is definitely a gem. But yeah, this chart's just really up only. It's very, very strong. So, like I said, I'm just trying to give you guys a potential entry if you're looking. Do not buy at all-time highs. I don't know. I never ever want to preach that to anyone. You could just put something like this. If you don't use deck screener too often, you can just put like a fake trade up as if, if it hits this, it'd be like you're getting in a trade. Add an alert. You can hit alert. I forget what that, over a month ago. Oh my god, yeah, I faded that. But if we're going to do, goes under 0.021. And so we're basing this off of the price right here, where we want to set our alert. So that means if lock-in ends up going underneath 0.021, you're going to get an alert from your computer, and it's going to tell you that lock-in is fell under. And like I said, once that hits, you could just, go over to Jupiter, jump right into something, or into this one if it hits. It's as simple as that, guys. I just preach, you gotta be patient. Excuse me. It's gotta be patient in the market when it comes to entering coins. I feel like waiting for your entry, in most cases, still is the best bet. And if it doesn't hit, there's always going to be another coin that you can get a better entry at, and that will still do just as well. Because that's kind of how I play it. That's how I look at a lot of coins. I feel like I'm very conservative with my entries. I never like to FOMO into anything directly. Just, unless it's like an earlier coin, and I'm really just full out degenning, then maybe I will. But usually I get burned when I do that. So over the last 6 months, I rarely actually do that. But yeah, why don't we look at Retardio as well? Because I do want to pull up, it's already a 20-minute long video, but I'm going to pull up 1 or 2 more coins here soon. So Retardio is sitting at 100 million, which is wild. Yeah, so it did hit earlier, it was at 110 mil. But yeah, I still think Radium, yeah. Retardio long term still is a good way to go. I feel like it's finally starting, pretty good move here. Just broke through this resistance, and it just continues to, finally trend up. So we might see this go up a little bit more before we see some sort of pullback. And again, this to me is this is a short-term minor pullback. Again, if we're looking at a daily chart, we'll probably see this do something like this. Maybe it trends up, pulls back a little. This is unfathomable. This is unbelievable to use. Maybe it pulls back like this. Another wick, boom. Maybe we see something like that on the daily. But again, anything like short term, like literal on the day, like pull back, this. Like to me, that's not a pullback. Like technically it's a short term pullback, but at some point, like this is just gonna actually correct. There's a difference between short term pullbacks and, full out market corrections, even in bullish trends. So that's something to keep in mind for everyone. Like if you're really looking for a long term entry in coins, don't just look at like a 1 hour chart and wait for a 2% dip. Like you zoom out heavy on the chart and just literally wait, from whatever, let's say the peak of this was 100 million. Can I do this? Yeah. I look at it to go back to previous resistance. It's about a 50% drop. You can just set some sort of target around that area and just be patient, just wait. And if it doesn't hit, again, then move on, find a different coin until this would pull back and hit that entry, That's what I recommend for, waiting for entries. It's probably the best thing you can do in the market. But at the same time, there have been so many times where I've just been aping into meme coins and sometimes just buying, even if it's somewhat topped out, and then it continues and continues and continues. I've actually missed out on a ton of opportunities because I was too conservative waiting for an entry. But, again, it's part of my own strategy that, I've been following for a long time. And that's kind of how I play it with certain coins. And it just comes down to risk tolerance and, your own strategy. And if that's something that works for you, then by all means, just jump into stuff like that. You can top blast into meme coins, but like I said, I don't recommend that. But yeah, another coin though I want to bring up is Link AI. I still love Link AI. It's almost at all-time highs still. Charge has been holding for a long time. Today hasn't really moved too much. It's got some decent volume. I gotta take this thing off. But yeah, as you can see, it's like literally, I feel like it's gonna break all-time highs shortly. I give it a week. 35 million, not too bad. Overall, I think it's a great coin. I like what they're building with it. But yeah, Link AI is just chilling, doing its thing there. I was gonna bring up another one. Well, here's just OXO is one that I've liked for a long time. Market cap is actually not as big as I thought it was, but it's at 160 right now. It's still kind of on a correction, but this is definitely a very strong AI pick as well. I personally am not holding this one. But I've been really thinking about allocating to it, just for a more safer, strong AI bet. Because I feel like a lot of my AI picks are very high risk. They're, a lot more risky than, just telling people to buy Render, buy Tau, buy this and that. I try to find coins that are just different, that have, a unique fit in the market that a lot of people don't like to talk about. But, in certain cases, you definitely got to have exposure to safer bets. And again, nothing in crypto is safe, guys. Keep that in mind. But OXO is definitely an It has been a top contender for me for a while. But yeah, I think long term this has a great upside. Very, very bullish chart as well. But like I said, I think this one's a great coin. And yeah, outside of that, I'll probably make a video again going more into the the higher risk stuff that I like. But as of right now, these are just a bunch of different meme coins stuff that just wanted to bring up today. Some random thoughts. Outside of that, guys, stay bullish because I think we are going into a huge rip probably within the next 3 weeks to about maybe a month and a half. I think at least by mid-August, we're going to be probably, I would guess, maybe very close to all-time highs. If not, maybe we're almost breaking them by, like I said, mid-August, late August. Actually, Signally right here has been a crazy coin. I've never covered this on the channel. I meant to about 2 months ago. But Signally just has been killing it. This is an interesting coin. Very strong, though. Oh, I just kind of wanted to throw that in there. I forgot about this. I always mean to like bring this up and talk about it, and I never remember for some reason. But Signally is definitely an interesting one. Probably we'll talk about it in another video. But outside of that, guys, that's what I wanted to bring up. Just a bunch of different stuff here. And I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow and over the next few days. I'm going to go in depth with a bunch of coins. Probably just do kind of stuff like this. But go more in depth with certain coins in certain narratives that I'm bullish on. So stay up to date with that. And outside of that, I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate it.